back to Live, Love, Beach to Bay. It's Debbie, your friendly realtor and fitness enthusiast who's taking on a different topic right now. And I really want to talk about the pros and cons of buying an existing home or buying new construction, because there really are attributes for both. There are certainly reasons why new construction would be a great choice for you and your family, and there are reasons why buying an existing home would also be the right decision for you and your family. So I intend to present the pros and cons and would really encourage you, if this is a topic that is of interest to either you, your family, or maybe someone you know, subscribe, email me, text me, call me, reach out to me. You can even send me a smoke signal. I might see it. So let's start with existing homes. Well, obviously, just by referring to them as existing homes, the single, maybe greatest advantage is that it's there. It's ready to move in. It's been built and it's got a for sale sign on it, and someone has made the decision to leave and sell that home for whatever the reasons are pertinent to their, lifestyle, etc. So the home is built, it's ready to move in. All you have to do is make the decision that you want it to be yours. Existing homes come with character, their own home's character, as well as the community character. So when you buy an existing home, you're typically moving into a home that has been in existence for a bit. It's got a personality. You can make it your own. You can acquire the personality of the home. And also the community has a personality. It's established. It's got roads. It's got sidewalks. It's got landscaping and trees. It may have, a community center. It may have some amenities. All of that's done and ready to go. So you're not waiting for that to be finished, complete, approved, etc. So all of that is a plus. When you're buying an existing home, most often there's a little bit of room for negotiation. Sometimes there's a little negotiation on price. Sometimes there's a little negotiation on some things that maybe need to be done to the home. Sometimes there's negotiation on terms, when the home is going to settle, and a few other details. So when you're buying an existing home, it is rare that it is a one size fits all with price negotiation, etc. So sometimes that negotiation goes up, sometimes it goes down, sometimes it goes sideways. But for the most part, there is a little bit of flexibility on all of what I just stated. So that was all the pros. So let's talk about the disadvantages. When you're buying an existing home, you are potentially buying someone else's problems, okay? And not that, and I'm actually filming these videos in my own personal home that I'm extraordinarily proud of, and I like to think that I've maintained it well for the 9+ years that I've owned it. But there are certainly little things that are beginning to appear, the occasional bump or, I'll call it a love tap. Maybe it's in the cabinets, maybe it's in the flooring, maybe it's in the walls, maybe it's in one of the door frames, etc. So there are small things that obviously happen because your home is lived in. So the home that you may be considering purchasing that's an existing home is going to have some lived in touches. When you buy an existing home, you're buying it as is. You don't have the ability to customize. You don't have the ability to change the flooring, change the paint colors, change the cabinet finishes. All of those things you can do post-purchasing, but you're actually buying the home for the most part as is, as it is, as it's presented. And we all want to put our best foot forward. And even as a realtor, I certainly help all of my homeowners that are selling their homes with staging. And sometimes there's even a little bit of what we call flip and fix, meaning things that we want to update before we really put the for sale sign. But by and by, the home that someone purchases, they're purchasing as is. In the past several years, we've experienced an awful lot of fluctuations in the markets. We experienced a time when it was, literally 5, 6, 7, 10, 15 offers coming in on properties, and we watched an awful lot of property escalation. Well, we're not currently sitting in that same environment. Homes that are ready to sell, are priced well, and in great locations are still selling well and most likely for close to full ask or sometimes slightly over. So there really isn't, a lot of kind of tweaking out there. But I can tell you, as markets ebb and flow, we could get back to a situation where you are going to be competing with other potential buyers for those existing homes. So that can be a con. We've talked about the pros and cons of buying an existing home. Let's talk about the pros and cons of buying new construction. And new construction is something that is very prevalent here in coastal Delaware. Sussex County has north of, last I checked, it was 86, probably knocking on the door of 88 at every time I turn around, there's another new home community. But there are a significant amount of new construction communities here in coastal Delaware. Like most of the continental United States, there was not enough home building for a number of years, and we're playing catch up. And while new construction is working quickly and moving as fast as they can to really afford us more homes to sell, more homes for you all to consider living in, we still haven't closed the gap, but there is a lot of new construction in coastal Delaware. This is the first huge plus with buying a new construction. You get to customize it, okay? You get to pick out those cabinet finishes. You get to pick out the countertops. You get to pick out the fixturing that's gonna go into the powder rooms. You get to pick out the flooring. Do you want laminated vinyl flooring? Do you want carpeting? Do you want a fireplace? Do you not want a fireplace? Do you want recessed lighting? Do you want ceiling fan, junction boxes in all of the ceilings? Do you want a extra powder room? Do you want to take the bonus room and convert it to a bedroom? Do you want a 2-car garage? Do you want a side entry garage? There's a myriad of choices, is endless. Many communities allow you to select the facade. So do you want the gabled roof? Do you want the dormer roof? Do you want side lights on the windows? Do you want a front porch? And the list is endless. I sometimes think that buying a new construction home, for me, is like a child in a candy store. I think it's absolutely delightful, and I enjoy every aspect of it. It's not for everyone, but I think the customizing of a new home can be fun, joyful, probably a little bit of stress as well, but I think at the end of the day, you are getting to put your thumbprints, literally, on what your home is going to look like. You can get the absolute best in energy and new technology. Most new home builders are offering an awful lot of energy efficient, whether it's the thermostats, whether it's special lighting, whether it's additional insulation, whether it's special upgrades to the windows. Some are even including options for solar panels on roofs. Some of them are including EV stations if you are an EV car driver and you need that EV station in your garage or right outside of your garage, etc. So there's unbelievable energy and new technology options that can be afforded you for a price, of course, for your new home. The other thing that you are guaranteed with new construction is, of course, some warranties. In the state of Delaware, you are really covered by a couple of great warranties. One is a 2-year mechanical warranty. So if anything mechanical was to break on your home, whether it's the HVAC or the water heater or other, mechanical pieces in your home, that would be covered in a 2-year builder's warranty. The other great warranty in Delaware is a 10-year structural warranty. And while these are so rare and few and far between where you might have a structural issue, you would be covered for 10 years. 99% of builders also afford you a 1-year, I call it a cosmetic warranty. It's really that punch list warranty where as you're living in your home for the first year and you begin to see a few nail pops or a seam in a wall that you feel should be, fixed with whether it's some, spackle and some sanding, etc. So that's considered a 1-year cosmetic warranty, and all builders will come back approximately 11 or 12 months after you move into the home, and they'll touch those little things up because they want you to be happy with your home purchase, because of course your recommendation to families and friends are what they're looking for. So that is just another benefit to purchasing a new home. We are on to disadvantages of buying a new construction home. Well, the most obvious one is, of course, when you're buying a new construction home, it's not built yet. So there's going to be a time frame that you're going to have to wait for that new home to be ready. So if buying a home with a sense of immediacy or, literally 4, 6, 8 weeks timeline is what you're looking for, new construction is probably not the best decision. There can be, with new construction, some higher upfront costs that you need to consider, and I'll give you a couple of examples here. Obviously, a lot of upgrades can come with an additional cost, and it is not anything that a builder's doing wrong, but they're obviously going to encourage you to consider maybe a higher end cabinet or a higher end countertop. They might encourage you to consider higher end flooring or add that extra sunroom or solarium or an additional powder room or additional, technology to your home. And with that is going to come some additional costs. So you sometimes can get a bit of a sticker shock when you look at what all of those upgrades may add to the initial cost of your home. So it's something to be aware of. The other thing that's important to know is that as all these new communities are being built, they are going through things like impact fees. And what are impact fees? Impact fees are the fees the builder is paying to connect to county water and county sewer lines. And those impact fees obviously need to be added at some point to the cost of the home. So you may find some additional costs there. The other thing that is, a cost that we have talked about at a time or two, Sussex County, with a unbelievably low property taxes, does have one tax that can be a little bit foreboding, and that is the transfer tax. When you buy real estate in Sussex County, there is a 4% transfer tax. 99.9% of all existing home transactions, it is 2% on the buyer side and 2% on the seller side. In the case of new construction, that 4% is often borne by the buyer. What most builders are doing to offset that somewhat staggering number, if the home costs $500,000, we are talking about a $20,000 transfer tax bill. Most builders, many builders, I won't say all because that would be wrong of me to say, but most builders are offering some kind of an incentive that will help with that. So I mentioned during the pros of buying an existing home is that you're buying into a community that has character, that has feel, that has, roads and landscaping and trees and maybe even amenities that are all complete at this point. When you're buying new construction, that is not so. Some of the amenities may be done. They may have done some of them to, give everyone who's considering the community a feel for it. But more often than not, the roads are not capped, the sidewalks are not finished, and really the community personality and feel has not come together because no one's lived there yet. So as people begin to move in and that begins to, kind of change, you're going to feel that. But if you're looking for an established community with a feel and a, welcoming and nurturing environment, it may not be in place in a new home community, new construction community, because it just got going. So this is where I'm really going to plead the fifth, and I'm going to tell you that, there's really no discerning financial benefit to existing homes versus new construction. In many areas of the continental United States, existing homes are going to be more affordable than new construction because you're bearing additional expense with new construction, etc. I would plead the fifth here in Sussex County and tell you that that really is not necessarily so. I think you're going to get some great values in existing homes, and I also think you're going to get some great values in new construction, especially because there is so much new construction going on. It is becoming very competitive, and the communities and builders are offering some enticements to encourage you to look their way. Look at my community, I can do this. Look at my community, I can do this. But I will also tell you that existing homes just have so much to offer as well. So really it's what's right for you. What is important to you? What is your time frame? What is your budget? What is your intent with this home? And what matters most to you, your family, and the decision that you need to make. I can help, I can guide, I can certainly steer, but at the end of the day, it's your decision. You may be contemplating, well, which existing or new construction, which offers better resale. This is, again, there is no absolute. I can tell you that new construction has great resale. And so do well-maintained, well-located, priced appropriately existing homes. There is a need and a niche for both of these homes. So what I'm going to say to you is, again, what's right for you? Are you planning to make this a long-term investment, maybe a second home today, maybe a permanent home in 5, 7, 10 years? Maybe it's a home that you're going to encourage your family and friends to come and stay at different holidays. Maybe you're going to Airbnb it. So really, this is a decision that you need to make. There are benefits for both. So here's my wrap up. It's up to you, okay? It's your lifestyle. It's what's important to you. I actually am really fortunate that I get to sell an awful lot of existing homes, and I've also sold an awful lot of new construction. I wrote a contract this morning on a new construction home that I'm extraordinarily excited for that client because I think it is just perfect for him, okay? And what he is looking for, the community that he wants to live in, and his 5, 7, 10-year plan, okay? But I absolutely will do both. I will inform, inspire, encourage you on existing or new construction. My ask, if you want to know more, subscribe. If you want to really chat with me, call me, email me, reach out to me. You know my same drill. I live here, I play here, I work here, I run here, I bike here, I celebrate the holidays here. I get to walk my grand pup named Bethany all around my community when she comes to visit. This is just absolutely my favorite place. I call it home, Coastal Delaware. Please consider making it yours.